Car crashes can be a life-altering event, leading to physical injuries, emotional distress, and a financial burden. So if you or a loved one has recently been in a car crash, you know it's a stressful and emotional time. Hiring an attorney after a car crash is an important step, one that can increase the value of your claim and take the pressure off of you so you can focus on healing. In the next few minutes, I'll explain how I can help you in this journey. The moments immediately after a car accident are incredibly important. Documentation is always going to be key in these cases. So photographs, names of people who were there, witness statements are often going to be a big determining factor on whether this is a case that we can prove or not prove. What I tell clients about why they should hire an attorney after a car crash is that an attorney provides you with an experienced and knowledgeable person to actually fight an insurance company for what you're entitled to and not just accepting whatever the insurance company wants to give. When an insurance company knows that you are serious and that you've hired counsel who can fight them in court, if they don't do the right thing, they're more inclined to do the right thing. The way that we build an investigation is preparing the case as if it's going to trial. Now, although most cases don't go to trial, and we hope to resolve the case without having to go to trial, knowing what it takes to win at trial and collecting that evidence shows the insurance company that this is what you're going to have to face when we present this case. And if they know that today, as opposed to a year from now, they're more inclined to settle the case today than wait for a jury to tell them what they owe a year from now. Determining the proper valuation of somebody's claim involves knowing what you're entitled to receive as a result of your claim. So we look at all the damage that you're entitled to as a result of an injury situation. So these include things like medical expenses, whether they're paid for health insurance or not, out-of-pocket expenses, lost wages, and then sometimes the biggest component of these cases are what we call non-economic damages. So the pain that you went through and you had to endure, the frustration that you had to go through in this process, and the way that this has distressed you and your life are all things that you're entitled to compensation for. Negotiating with insurance companies is all about knowing who you're negotiating with. And that's really the importance with any negotiation. So the more experience that you have, like I have, in dealing with insurance companies, the more I understand what their process is for evaluating these cases, and more importantly, how they evaluate risk. Because that's what an insurance company is most concerned about. What is the risk involved here? And they know that the way to get out of this risk is paying more money. So with those tools, we're often successful in establishing a high value for cases that insurance companies want to pay to avoid that risk. Each case is unique, and so understanding how each case is unique helps us assess what is the best strategy for you. Sometimes that's trying to reach an early settlement, sometimes that's filing a lawsuit, sometimes it's taking certain depositions or locating certain pieces of evidence, sometimes it's taking a case to trial. With our experience, we'll be able to evaluate your case and advise you on what the best strategy for your situation is. Clients often ask me, John, how can I afford to pay for you? I know attorneys are expensive and I've already lost so much from what happened to me. What I tell them is, good news, we handle these cases on contingency, which the short answer is, we don't get paid unless you get paid. And that doesn't happen often. So know that you won't have to come out of pocket to pay for our services, and we're gonna fight for you to make sure that you recover, not only enough to compensate you, but to cover our costs. Remember, you don't have to navigate the aftermath of a car crash alone. My team will advocate for you during this challenging time. Call us to begin a case assessment.